Hello, and welcome to PennStateHoops.com. Thank you. What exactly is this place? This is where a Penn State basketball fan can come to get the latest news on the team, the most recent updates, and all the inside dope on everything Penn State. This sounds like a great place if you are a Penn State basketball fan. Can I join? Yes, but there are a few rules you must follow first, such as what? First and foremost, you must only post happy thoughts. Never anything negative or mean. The moderator and his henchmen won't like that if you do. If you ever do post anything negative or mean, they will banish you to Deadwood. Deadwood. What is that? It is like a gulag, where those who have tried to post their beliefs have been banished, simply for not being positive. Gee, that sounds like a terrible place. Why do people get banished there? Because they choose to speak the truth. They question the coaching of head coach Ed DeChellis. They question his ability to coach in the Big Ten, his player management, his player development, his scheduling, his tenacity on the sidelines, and his overall competence. They were banished for saying all of that? No. They were banished for saying any of that. Just one critical comment about Ed DeChellis will result in a threat of being exiled to Deadwood. Even the mere hint of unhappiness about Penn State basketball will result in someone suggesting or threatening to banish you to Deadwood. Now, unless you wish to be banished there, you should never speak of it again, okay? What other rules should I know? Remember that current head coach Ed DeChellis is revered here. You must never criticize him, or his coaching, or his dumbfounded looks during games and timeouts, or his play calling, or his lack of an offensive scheme, or his lack of bench depth, or his coaching record at Penn State, or his countless last-place finishes in the Big Ten, or his coaching resume, or his being nothing more than a glorified water boy while a student at Penn State. But I do not like Ed DeChellis as head coach at Penn State. Why can't I say that? Because if you do, the forum police will bust you. Forum police? Who are they? We do not ever say their names, for fear of their reprisals or the repercussions. Please tell me, okay, but never say I divulge this information to you. Uncle R is the most active forum cop on the message board. Uncle R? How do I recognize him? He will be the arrogant, know-it-all with the condescending attitude, who behaves as if he is more enlightened than everyone else, and constantly belittles others for their opinions and attitudes. He is easily recognizable for his apologist attitude towards Ed DeChellis and his use of voodoo statistics that twist data to justify his unwavering support of the losingest head coach in Penn State basketball history. He sounds like a total douche. Who else should I be aware of? No one is as obnoxious as Uncle R, but there are those who are as apologetic. Who are they? There are more than a few Ed apologists you need to steer clear of, like Cappy, Crapsy21, and PSU Champ 08. Are they forum cops like Uncle R? No, they try to be, but mostly they are just apologetic about Ed DeChellis as head coach. Their mantra has long been, "My head coach is on the floor." If anyone should ever mention firing DeChellis and hiring a new head coach, they typically reply by asking who would ever want the job and why they would ever want to come to Penn State. Then they gang up on anyone who remotely criticizes DeChellis or the team or the players and question their support of the basketball program and say that we should be happy with Ed as head coach. This doesn't sound like that nice of a place after all. What happens if I defy them? Then the board guru will have you excommunicated, forcing you to FOS, or somewhere worse. Penn Live. Can I talk about the players? Yes. You can even express some love for them, but steer clear of Bubby. Why? I love Bubby as a player. The forum already has someone who holds a man crush on Bubby. Who is that? Kid Coyote, who has had a man crush on Bubby since he was a freshman. He may have even stalked him at one time, but it was never proven. He suddenly showed up one day on the message boards after Bobby signed at Penn State and has been an annoying presence ever since. His love for Bobby borders on being creepy. I have heard rumors he even has his image as his screensaver. How does he feel about his half-brother? He likes him too, but not the same way he loves Bobby. That is disappointing. I try to watch every game, and I thought it would be enjoyable to share those experiences with others who enjoy the games as well. If you want to be a member, you will have to learn how to watch a game, well, on the message board. How do you watch a game? Well, on a message board, you must learn to comment on nearly every play made during the game, as if the person reading your comments isn't also watching the same play and the same game, okay? You must learn to make simple one-word posts of players' names when they do something good, like when they hit a three-point shot. But why? Because people who frequent the message board seem to believe that it is important to offer up those one-word posts as their show of support for the players and the team. Okay. What else should I do? You must learn to criticize nearly every call the referees make and question their integrity. You must indoctrinate yourself to the belief that every official who referees a Penn State basketball game has it in for the team and head coach Ed Ellis. But why? The referees seem consistent, good, or bad, regardless of which teams are playing, because the forum police demand that you do. This is a lot to remember. Anything else? Yes, you must learn to point out the negative Nellies who immediately bemoan the team's poor execution on offense, or defense, or free throw shooting during the game, or at least agree with the forum cops who chastise those who do, and you must learn to find the smallest positives regardless of how bad the team loses, or how badly they play. That sounds awfully difficult. Do you have any suggestions? Yes. When the team shoots poorly, comment on how the game would have been closer if only those shots had fallen, and commend the team for grabbing so many offensive rebounds. When the team loses a game by 20 or more points to a mediocre opponent, comment on how they were at least able to out-rebound the opposition. Above all else, you must always remember to express hope beyond hope that the season is still salvageable and that the team has the ability to contend for an NCAA tournament bid. On second thought, perhaps I will go do the laundry, grout some tile and paint the kitchen. That sounds like more fun than being a member of PennStateHoops.com. Good idea. You are already smarter than those who post there.